is that was my old intro. I haven't done that in a while. I've been shooting videos from the shop for the past couple of weeks, and I haven't had any actual studio time. So I figured I was gonna do something today that some of the guys that are on, whoever's part of the backpack, right? Whoever's part of the family, right? They know. Now you can be just either you're just someone who's here with us every time when we go live, or you're a member of the channel. There are people who donate to the channel, which is much appreciated. But those guys, they meet up and they talk and hey guys, what's going on? Hey, you're on today. What's going on? So that's pretty cool. When I first started doing these videos, that element wasn't there. So I have to thank a lot of people for that, which is positive. Anyway, my lighting is not the best in here, guys, so just kind of bear with me. Let me see, maybe I could take my hat off. Maybe it's better if I take my hat off. Okay, so I'm going to do a little drawing today, all right? And then we're going to service a Dyson. I got like another machine I want to look at, but I might just do the Dyson. That's simple enough. So I'm just going to turn this on. And I was live this morning, so I answered a lot of the questions that people had about machines. Normally, guys would leave their questions about a particular repair in the comments, and I'll get to it, okay? And I'll do my best to try to cover it, so at least it's answered in a way that's not just two letters or just point you to a playlist or something. I try my best to try to answer them, so I'm giving it a shot. So let me tell you what motivated. Let me show you what motivated me to do this today. Let me just try to get this here. Hold on, give me a second. My son did a drawing. Okay. And he sent it to me, right? And I was like, man, Emmanuel did a drawing. That's so cool, man. Because Manuel's in college and he's doing this thing. He's running. He's doing all that good stuff. But let me see if I can find it. And this was his style. He loves anime and things like that. Let me see if I can pass this over to you guys so you can see it. This is what he sent me today. I was like, oh, dude, you still got it, man. I'm here working and doing stuff, and he still got it, man. So in that kind of a celebration, I figured, all right, man, let me try and let me see what I can do. So let me pause a second here for a second, guys. Let me give me one moment while I kind of gather some stuff together here. I gotta make sure I'm on properly before I continue. I'm gonna do the overhead stuff, and we'll go from there. Just give me 2 seconds here. But yeah, man, he's like, I'm like, man, he's just showing me, man, I got it, Dad. I still got it, Dad. I still got it, Dad. I still got it, Dad. So I think that's pretty cool. All right. So let me go with the overhead and see what's happening. Let me see. Okay, so now here's what I don't know. I don't know if this mic is working, and I don't know if anyone's there right now to be able to see it. So I don't know if this mic is working, but the mic is kind of right here for me. All right, so let me start drawing, man. How's this? This was a piece. I do like art classes like every 2 weeks. I'll do like an art class. Let me get the overhead cam and see if it can zoom in properly. How close are we? Where are we? Let me see. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna try to move this camera into place. And then, if my lighting is right, golly, the lighting isn't right. The lighting isn't right, folks. I think I know what it is. All right. Give me a second. If you can bear with me just for a second here. I have all my stuff here. I have to draw the picture in a kind of a sideways, all right, to make it work. So give me a second. Let me do something with this lighting, because you won't be able to see it properly if I don't. And I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I'm here in my little home garage studio. Let me see if this works. A little better. All right, so let me transition to this over to you guys so you can see it. Ah, damn, not quite. Damn, this is not. I'm not happy with this. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Okay, so this is a little character I was sketching. This is not my normal. My normal drawing. This is back in the day. This is when I was a teenager. You know, early 20s or whatever. I was doing stuff like this. And Manuel inspired me, right? So I did a little sketch of this guy from Death Note. If anybody knows what I'm talking about. All right. I may have to fix my camera. Let me see if I can fix my main camera. I don't know if it'll work, but let me see something. Let's see. Is that better? Nope. Damn, man. This is like. Hold on. Let's see if that's better. Okay. How's that? That's a little better. It looks a little better. It looks a little better. I'm gonna move it to the left. Okay, because that little logo is right there. And let's see. Okay, so I'm going to do a little line work. It's funny that this is not the kind of art that I've gotten the last couple of years that I've gotten very comfortable with, right? It was really portraits and very detailed work and stuff like that, but this kind of stuff is really, you know, wasn't really the thing. Can I zoom in a little bit more? Maybe I can. But my hand's going to be in the way, you know, so I don't want to zoom in too much. All right, so let's get started. All right, let's get started. And this looks like a younger version of that character, honestly. This looks like a younger version of that character. Because that character is very, you know, he looks like he's been around for a lot of years. So, okay, let's see if I can do a good job on this for you guys. I'm trying to. This is not good at all. I'm really not happy with this. I'm really not happy with the. You know what? I have a board here. Let me see something. Let's see. Okay, I have this little board here. Let me see if I can pull the camera up some. Alright. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. Alright. See, I can compromise a little bit. Alright, so I did my pencil work a little pencil work on it, and now I'm going to try to ink it a little bit, and I can see if I can knock that out in no time. Let's see what this one looks like. Let's see what this one looks. I don't know if you can see properly where I am right now. I see these guys, man. I see like Jim Lee and there's this other black guy. My God, I forgot his name, but he does a lot of Batman. I see him on Instagram a lot. God, I would hate to mess up his name, you know. But these guys, I mean, they just do this thing like flawlessly, man. Just like, and you know, I'm just having fun because I don't really have. There's no market right now that I have in my particular thing. There's a market, yes, but I'm saying the way I'm conducting business and stuff. For this, but I see these guys, and I just really admire the how good they are at this, because you know, this is something that this is still a style that I'm as good as I was when I was like in my 20s, right, or late teens. So you know, so it's not really something I'm really into. So when I see guys do it, I'm just like, I'm excited to see how good they are. You know, and really at the end of the day, all it is you taking your time to get good at a particular style. Okay, I'm sorry you can't even see that. See, yeah, my big hands are in the way. Let me see if I can stretch my pen further out to give you a better look at what I'm doing here. You know, so it's really dedicating yourself to a particular style that you like, and then say, you know what, let me just stay with this and get good at this, right? You know, even if it's for the curiosity of it, because I started doing skateboard decks because I was curious. I wanted to see if I could do it. Number one, right? I saw a couple of guys do skateboard decks, and I'm like, man, shit, I want to try that, you know. And so you could step outside a little bit, you know. Like if you don't really do like cartoons and stuff like that or anime, and you always do like say paintings. You know, I mean, you definitely want to stick with your genre, right? You want to stick with what you're good at, but sometimes it's good to mess around with stuff like this to you know, stretch yourself out a little bit. You know, let me see. Yeah, so I'm not working on the vacuum today, but I worked on a vacuum this morning. I fixed a sanitaire, and I have a Dyson, and I guess the algorithm wouldn't know what to do with that, because people don't normally search for drawing and Dysons at the same time. So it's like, dude, algorithm's like, yo, bro, I'm trying to figure out what kind of audience would want to watch your thing here, but people don't search like this. Oh man, people don't search like this. I don't know what is it? What are you doing? I just switched it to a little. This one is what is this one? It's Micron 2. All right, this is take a look. Let me see if you can see it. I just switched to this one. I was using, I believe, a 3. Was this a 3? No, I think I was using an 8. Yeah, I was using an 8 just now for the thicker stuff. Okay, and I have this on the side because I'm gonna need this for something. And right now I'm using a 2 because I just kind of want to get a little bit of well, not really cross hatching, just some hatching here for this. I see guys all the time do this. I was always afraid to do this on because, you know, like, these guys look so perfect, you know. And when I draw, I make mistakes, man. And what I just have to figure out how to do is to turn my mistake into, I make the mistake work, right? I make the mistake work, but the fact is I make mistakes, and but I wanted to be perfect, so I didn't want to be on, like on camera trying to teach people how to do something, and I'm like, no, I don't really have to teach anybody. I can just tell people to get started. You know what I'm saying? My message don't have to be. I don't have to be perfect. I may just tell a guy they do get started, and if that's what my message is for, then that's it. The other guy, and the other guys, they can teach you how to do other stuff. I may just say, hey man, you can do it. And whatever it is you think is stopping you, hey David. Hey Dave, man, I'm glad you're here, bro. I'm here all by myself hanging out. This is not the vertical setup, so it don't have the reach as the other one, so I hope the guys do find us. But I still wanted to do this anyway, I try not to, because unfortunately I can't really not hide. I know, right? Man, Dave, I would do that. I would use a carbon brush in a second, man. I have no problem with that, man. Yeah. Hey, why I was so fascinated by Dave is because I've been working with these carbon brushes like for years, right? And I've always known that it's carbon. The same thing as pencils, the same thing as everything else is wood that you burn in your fireplace. And I just never thought to try that. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm playing around with it, I said, "Oh, well, sure, man. I could try that. I could try that. Let's try it." So that's what that whole episode was about. I need to get a thicker marker in here to fill this in. I don't want to keep scratching away at this. But yeah, man. I'm glad you stopped in, bro. You should have gotten a notification about that shipment. That shipment went out. Maybe if you didn't, they have it. If anything, they may just release it around later on this evening when the UPS people come by. It's a UPS, by the way, Dave. Okay. That was funny, man. Oh man, yeah. The motor, that carbon brush. I tell you, you know what? Really, honestly, and truly, man, we are only limited by imagination, man. By our self-imposed limitations and imagination. That's where the limit happens, Somebody can imagine something a little bit more, you know, more than maybe what you did, and you come up with something cool, but they have this ridiculously jacked up imagination where they could say, well, how about if we do this instead? You're like, whoa, man, I never thought that. I did these little things here. This is not a part of the character's I'm sorry, I was blocking all this time. This is not a part of the character's thing, but I wanted a feeling like it was either materializing, like, into space, into our space here, or he was leaving, and that's what these are for. These little things right here. coming out. Now this is a character. I am using an actual character that is in an animation, and I'm just kind of putting my own little, tiny little things on it. But this is definitely somebody in the Death Note anime, and I think they did a Netflix special on it, which but all those things always fall short, don't they? Like when they do a special based off of a either a video game, or they do something based off of a like an anime, or it's some, it's a mixed bag with whether or not those things. It's a mixed bag. Did you see your email, your screenshot or something? Let's see. You know what? Let me check something, Dave. Because hold on, give me a second, man. Give me 1 second. Let me see something. Hold on. Oh man. Let me check, man. Because this is the second time you mentioned it. I'm like, wait, I thought I'd been to my inbox. What am I missing? Let's see, Dave. Let me just type in. Hold on. Let me see something here. Hey, thanks. Hey, let me see. Summary. Okay. I saw the pictures. I saw the boat. You see, what? What's this? Was this a Statue of Liberty? Wait, hold on, David. Tell me if this is what you sent me. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Is this what you're talking about? Oh my gosh, man. Hold on. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. Let me give you a call back. I'm shooting a live right now. Yeah, that's Sam right there. Just had to do a drop off. Have a New York connection. I think you could appreciate. Yeah. Yo, honestly, David, yes. I can appreciate that. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's gonna be a tricky one, man. I tell you this. I think this happens every so often. We migrate. And the crazy thing about it is either it can happen naturally or it happened by force. This feels like it's weird though, man. I don't know how to put this. I think we do it to ourselves, Dave. Okay? I don't know. I think we do it to ourselves. I think it's the human nature. And guys just know how to capitalize on it. And other guys are just a victim to it. But it's human nature, right? To want to control, to want to, do these things. So when they say like we were, born in sin or whatever, I don't quite see it the same way, but I do see that we have these flaws. Like we want to do these things. We want to aspire to be this thing, this way, but our nature just the fact that we got to deal with all this stuff. It's like we just got the gift of consciousness, and it's like, okay, you sure you want it? Like, yeah, I'm sure I want it. I want to have the knowledge of good and evil. Okay, great. Well, you got it. Now you got to deal with the heavyweight that comes along with it. You got to deal with everything that comes along with it. All right? You're going to have to deal with anxiety. You're going to have to deal with anger, jealousy, envy, hopelessness, ego. You're gonna have to deal with all that stuff. All right, good. All right, have fun. and then we have this patterns of behavior. Okay, so societies have patterns of behavior the same way. When they get too comfortable, right? If you really think about it, I mean, I could be way off key, but I could be on point. So let's see. Let's just entertain it for a second, right? So we get too comfortable, and then we're not trying to survive to get eggs and something meat. No, we got like we got Uber Eats. We have Amazon, man. Our internet. We can talk to our family across the ocean. We got no worries. So what do? We create worry. We create worry, and then we start like messing our shit up. And every great society went through that. They get too affluent, and then they get humbled again. I swear, man. That's. I'm thinking that's what it is. I think we can't even escape ourselves. I swear. I think that's what's going on. Like, we can't escape. Because look, if you think about it, David, right? Life is all about controlling emotions, right? If you can't manage that, it's gonna be a rough ride, dude. That is, do you know? I didn't. There are things you don't want to say out loud too loud because you don't know. People misread what you're trying to say sometimes. But when I read the Bible, man, I see that. Okay, I know it's a very spiritual and but I see that a lot of it is it's like I swear it's like behind the curtain of human development and emotions, and all the stories seem to have something connected to a certain part of our human development. So you look back and you're looking at all these things. Oh man, this thing happened to Moses. This happened to that. Happened to that. Happened to that. And they went up into the mountain. And then I'm looking at it like, yeah, I could see how that is. How we go through that. Yeah, we go through that. Yeah, we go through that. Yeah, this could be that. This could be that. But it all seemed to work. It's all anyway. That's just my little 2 cents on that stuff. But yeah, I just think, man, they do every couple of years. These neighborhoods, they get run down. Someone comes in, they swoops in, they get an opportunity, and they buy stuff that everyone else treated like it was trash, and then now they and that's just everywhere, right? Everywhere goes through that stuff. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's on purpose or if it's that's just what we do. That's the only part. On TV, like, you'll see somebody like a landlord is trying to burn the people out so he can buy the property, or some developer or something. They'll show you that stuff on TV. But even in the older days, we migrated in a certain way. People, we look for food, we look for water. People migrated all the way up the Nile River to get to Egypt. People migrated in the Americas to get to better farmland. People migrated, man. The Vikings went out searching, man. They kept searching and searching far and wide to try to find the next bounty, the next thing to keep them going. It's just, I think it's just what we do. Oh, look at that. It's getting there, right? Is that cool? Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, so I'm not the best penciler, colorer guy. But it's something that has to be done if you want that picture to go beyond what you just did. So you just figure out, all right, suck it up. You're not the best at this, but suck it up. You're gonna have to, if you want to be good at it, you're gonna have to get good at it. That's just That's just what it is. If you want to be good at it, you're gonna have to get good at it, man. I'm sorry, dude. There's no other. I wish there was another way. There's no other way. I'm sorry. There's no other way. If you want to get good at it, you're gonna have to get good at it. And then the next logical question is, well, what do I have to do to get good at it? What do you say? What do you have to do to get good at it? Let me see. Often, only thing you have control over is how you feel about things, right? And how you feel is your reality. Man, Dave, look, if you end up if you end up releasing something and I'm not in it, man, I'm gonna be a little bit upset at you, bro. Okay. Yep. Sounds like you can start a whole podcast on that. But you're right. And and the funny thing about it, it doesn't even mean that it's real. It doesn't even mean that it's real. It doesn't even mean that it's real, but it's real to you, right? And the decisions you make with that frame of mind make things real to you. You see what I'm saying? So like you may be good at something, but you think you are bad at it, right? That's your reality. Like, I suck at this thing, and someone is watching you, like, damn, dude, you're very good at this. So, like, what metric are you measuring yourself at when you say you really suck at it, right? A girl may think she's not beautiful, right? And she walks around feeling like she's horrible, like she's repulsive. And the rest of us are looking at her like, whoa, what are you talking about? You're gorgeous. Who got into your head and told you weren't beautiful? Right? So her reality in her mind is that she is not beautiful, but it may have been someone got in there and planted a seed. The seed grew. And people walk around with that low self-esteem thinking that, It's tough enough trying to succeed without all of that stuff. Think about it. It's tough enough trying to be successful in life with your kids, with your family, with your wife, without the extra burden. Then you have the extra stuff piled on top of it. It's like, dude, you gotta make your way through that jungle before you can even start the challenge. You gotta unload all this stuff, right? Take all this stuff off of you. You ever see those guys, I gotta take this off, You gotta take all this stuff off before you even get to start to be good at the thing you want to be good at. Because someone convinced you that something. Anyway, that's crazy. But that's life too, And that's part of this whole relationship with the predator and the prey and all that stuff. Unfortunately, it's what it is, man. Some people are going to be victim to other people's manipulation, and and those guys who figure it out, they're going to use it to make themselves richer or more, powerful or more recognized or whatever it is. And people are going to continue to fall for it. And right now, New York is there, but guess what? People are resilient. Even if they run their neighborhood down, they're gonna find a way back. They're gonna find a new savior. Save us from the last guy. And then they'll bounce back. That's how that stuff works. So they'll be okay. They'll be all right. I have to be optimistic too, and I might be trying to sell myself on this, but you think I wouldn't want my mom to move, man? But she's not wanting to move at all, man. I'm like, God, Mom, come down here, man. Come down this way. This is where it's at. This is where it's at, man. Okay, let's see this guy, man. He has his lips are he has these black things. I don't know if they're blue. They might be blue. I better color these blue before I forget and do something and color them in. I'll use You know what? I'll use purple. I'll use purple for now. I'll use purple for now, just to remind me that that's what's going on with this part of his mouth. It's probably not even purple, but I'm gonna use purple. Fly! Holy God! What's this? There's a fly in here, man! Get out of here! What? See, you know what pissed me off with these flies, man? It's like, dude, I wouldn't be bothering you. I wouldn't even be trying to get rid of you if you weren't messing with me, right? I would have left you alone. You know, I would have, I wouldn't bother you. I'd let you fly around in the corner somewhere. But you have to go and buzz and around it. Now you're going to go around my head. You're going to try to mess with my food. It's like, all right, now I got to take you out like an assassin. Come on, man. Why don't you just disappear? You know? Yeah, honestly, you're right. The first step to getting good at anything is wanting to be good at that thing, right? I don't know. There's no other way around it, man. There's no other way around it. The first step, you're right. You know, what's the worst? How's this? What's the worst case? The worst case scenario is you do your best. You put I'm talking like your best. I'm not talking like, when people do video games and they say, okay, this guy's over OP, this person overpowered, right? They maxed out on all the power-ups that this person can get. Okay, go for it. Max out on all the power-ups that you can muster up. You might still have like 20 levels of power-up you can go. But at this particular stage of your development, you can only max out at 5 because you haven't tapped into the rest. But don't operate on 1 if you can use 5. Your potential is still way up there, right? Just max out on where you're at right there, man. Just max out where you're at. Do the best you can in that range. And what you then do, your experience and your workout and whatever it is, the study, it'll push you a little further up. But you're always on max. And then if you do recline, it's because you just want to take your mind off things and you just want to back away for a second, right? But when you're at it, you're at max. That's what I feel when I say to a person, do your best. Like, do your very best, meaning that you have to max out. Don't leave nothing. Don't leave nothing out there. I tell my son this all the time when they're running. Don't leave nothing out there, man. Don't feel like you need to be standing at the end of that race, right? And leaning up and just saying, wow, man, that sure was a good job. You probably need to be on the floor because you use up everything that you can use up to get past that finish line. That's kind of how I see it. So if a guy want to be good, just use as much as you can of what you have, and then guess what? When it's time to level up, max out on your level up, man. Don't do that on credit cards though, but do that on your potential, man, and your belief in yourself. That's all. Let me share my what am I doing here? Let's go back to here. I'm wrapping up. So I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna stop here with this, and then what I'll do is I'm just going to see what this Dyson head is looking like, and before I wrap it up for the day. Okay. But this, Guitar Jams had asked me about some drawings before, and he said he got inspired to get back into his artwork. And I thought that was pretty cool. But when my son sent it to me, I was like, you know what, man, I should do a show with my artwork, man, because my guys, they always see the artwork behind me. They never see me really messing around too much. to do anything. All right, whew, holy cow! This thing got on my glasses. This thing, you know what? All right, buddy. You ever see those commercials back in the day, where the guys they show those people in the villages and the people the flies are just rolling across their face, and dude, yo, this flies on the stand. They're privileged here. Yeah. Man, look, man, you fly by one more time, dude. You're done. I already gave you a warning. Oh my gosh. Let me see what Dave has to say here. Dave says, in paintwork, if you skip a step and you get to do it over again, no substitute for doing right thing, right, in order, right. No shortcuts to something worthwhile. You know this. There are certain things, right, and certain industries that you want the standard to be high in that industry, right? See, like, okay, Dave, it seems sidestep a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm saying. What you just told me, okay? There's certain industries where you can fudge, and it might work, right? You can fudge a thing and it might work. All right, not the way it goes, but you fudge it a little bit, it might work for you, right? But there's some industries where you don't want that at all, right? You want them to be imaginative, to be able to get out of trouble. So let's say like a pilot, right? They just had some stuff. I just had some flying stuff and had some turbulence and all that stuff, right? When you're thinking about a pilot, bro, you don't want any kind of you want to know that this is not a person that will shortcut anything. Like my surgeon, this person don't shortcut anything. I don't want to believe that my surgeon is the kind of individual that will say, we're about to close it up. I think where's the blade? Oh man, it's probably in there. It'll probably get covered up. The flesh will probably cover it up. He'll be fine. You don't want that. You don't want one less, stitch that you're supposed to get. There's just certain industry you absolutely do not want people to be like out. Some you can, right? Some you can. Some things you can be like, all right, and I don't know how many. There's a lot of things you don't want to, maybe if you're doing pest control or something and you wanted to spray every inch of the yard, but you forgot like a small inch, right? Okay. Maybe that's small. Maybe that's not a big deal. You know what I mean? In flying planes, when your skill stops, gravity takes over. You're right. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no one playing around with stuff like that. So when they were talking about the whole DEI thing, I understood what they were saying. Guys are triggered by emotional stuff. They hear anything with race or anything. They're triggered. I'm like, no, I know exactly what you're saying. If you're saying that you have a quota to hit, your mind is not on getting the best. Your mind is only on the quota first. So the quota is the first thing. Your first decision is quota. Then after that, you're gonna do this. That's the wrong way to go. That should not be there. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I understand that. It doesn't matter what it is. I want the best person. I don't care if the person is whatever color and sex and whatever they like to do in the bedroom, or if they have the best person is the one that you want to do the job. Bottom line, So yeah, I appreciate what you said about that, Dave, and you are right. And when it comes to painting, my brother-in-law is the same way. He don't shortcut nothing when he's painting. He does a lot of renovations, and um, in Long Island, and he doesn't shortcut nothing, man. And I can respect him for that. All right, it's gonna be done the right way. Okay, so I may pick up on this another day. All right, and but I do want to see this vacuum head, and that's gonna be the last thing, and I'm gonna sign off. All right, but I'll pick up on this another day, guys. I don't take drawing for me takes a longer time now than it did before. I'm slow with drawing now, purposely. Um, I go as far as trying to see how my drawing looks like this. Yeah, I should have, and stuff like that, right? So I take my time on these now. All right, let me move this out the way and let's get the head and see what the deal is, and then we can move on. All right, then I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, mañana. All right, you see I got my stuff here. I don't play around, man. I don't play around. This is one machine I was gonna work on. My lawnmower's here. I was working on. I ended up buying a new one, Dave. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with this damn thing, so I bought a new one. All right. Okay, so I'm looking at this Dyson. There's a design in this Dyson that I'm not happy with, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, anyone, look at this. Take a look. We just took it out. Look what's already happening. I'm gonna try to back up the camera so we can see a little better. Let's see what I can do with this. Let me see what I can do with this camera. Okay. Can it turn? Give me a second, folks. I'm just trying to... Let's see if this looks better. This looks a little better? How's that? All right. So let's clean this out, man. So this is the first part. But this Dyson, the design, there's a section of this. Oh God, look at this, man, guys. Take a look at all this. All right. I may have to go further back in this to clear this out. All right, David. I think David's saying something here. Let me see what you're saying, champ. Hold on. What did I do? Did you see movie Robot? Dude can draw with both hands. Yes. Look, I saw some people do drawings with two hands, man. I would love to do that. It's not really a desire of mine where I was like, man, I gotta do this, But the moment I make it up in my mind that I actually want to do that day, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It has to be, because look, my sons they're the same way. My son wanted to learn the Rubik's Cube, and he stayed on that thing until he mastered it. Okay, mastered it. But he was in it. I mean, every day, no one could tell him nothing. He was doing the Rubik's Cube. He took it on the road with him. And when I saw that he was having trouble with something else, I would say, remember how you attacked that Rubik's Cube? If you attack this next thing the same way you attack the Rubik's Cube, you'll master it. And they remember that. Anything these guys put their mind to, that they absolutely want to do, that this is what they want to do, I have no doubt that they'll master it, and anybody can do that. This is not just like my boys kind of thing. This is human. This is just humans, This is what we do. I just want to look inside here, guys, make sure there was nothing else clogged up in here. Okay. All right, I just had to kind of get this free. I had to make sure nothing else was clogged up in here. All right, so now it's time to look at this head. Okay. But yeah, man. You put your mind to figuring out how to do something, and you're patient enough to go through the hills and valleys of the learning curve, you get good at it. And the patience of like failing and all right, so here we go. Whoa, golly, man, look at this. Let me see if I can arrest it right here. Look at this. This is the design I don't like. I am not a fan of this design. I swear, man, this is not, to me, this is not a good design. For them, they may feel that it funnels the dirt, or the suction maybe. It can kind of concentrate the suction maybe. I don't know why they... But look at the cleaning space that they give this thing. Of course it's going to get clogged up and jammed up and all that stuff. It's a tiny little space right here. And everything just gets caught up right in here. I would have, honestly, I'm sure this is here for a good reason. Right? I'm sure this is here for a good reason. But me personally, I would have done away with this. I would have done away with this. This alone, to me, is causing a problem. I haven't figured out what the benefit of this is yet. Maybe it, I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe it pushed the dirt up to this area here. Let me see. Right? And it funnels it into here. Maybe it, maybe it comes up through here. Right? Like that. And it hits this and throws it into the suction area. That could be what it's for, but it just looks like a hindrance. But that's just my take. Hey, you know what movie I did see this weekend, Dave? I saw Frankenstein. I saw a new Frankenstein. I don't think they ruined the movie. I think it was long, but if you were into drama and you're into like allowing the scenes to play out, you'll like it. But it was a little long. It was a little long. It's slightly different from the Frankenstein. Different iterations. It's the same story though, but they played it very well. The guy, oh my God, what's the guy's name who played Victor Frankenstein? Victor. He was good. He comes in. Oh man, what movie was he in? He was in. He's always a good actor though. He was in. Damn it. Forgot his name, Dave. Oh my God, what's the guy? Ask my phone. Hold on, let me ask my. Let me ask my phone. What's the name of the actor that played Apocalypse in the X-Men movie? Imagine that day I'm asking my phone. Oscar Isaac. That's his name. Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac did a good job. He did a great job. He made you feel like he was this crazy dude. And just lost his mind, And the Frankenstein guy was good too. He played that role, played that role well. I'm not sure. It probably would have been better as a series, maybe. They probably could have got more out of it as a series. Okay. Because I'm a service this, let me clean this up. Let me clean this trash up right here. Take a look. See all this trash? See all this I'm working with? Yeah. All this trash. Got on my sweater today. Okay. I'm almost done. I just had to take a peek. Got my little shop. My little shop vac. With my Kirby brush. So what I would do with this is I would take this out. I would take out this brush and clean out the head. These are Phillips screwdriver, Phillip heads at the side. I need a better head. I don't like the way this is fitting with this. Yeah, I don't like the way this is fitting. I mean, you can get it off, but you may end up stripping the. You may end up stripping this as a result. Yeah, gotta be very careful with this. Just kind of slowly turn it. Don't lose yourself. Okay. This comes out. Alright, this comes out. Look at that. See, the reason why you can't shortcut it, David, is for stuff like this. That's why I couldn't just shortcut it. You know? Sometimes you may, you may feel like it, like, I don't need to, but then because you've been bitten before, maybe, some people, you're fortunate if you've never been bitten before, you learned a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me take this off. Yeah, so this is the other format, Dave. The vertical, like I said, the vertical format reaches an audience better. I think it's the direction that YouTube is going to promote that vertical format. So that's why I say ultimately I may just do this every other day, or maybe I'll do one version in the morning, one version in the evening, or something. I don't know. But the vertical is definitely a better option for streaming live. See all of this? Okay, and this stuff will get hot and burn and just melt back here. Okay. All right, and let me put this here. Come on. Okay. Same thing with this. The screw came out. Look at this. See? So left alone without service, this is what happens to these. And they get hot and melt, and then they destroy this. And these things are not sold anymore. So if you destroy this, you're maybe out of luck. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Alright? And then the next step is to get this looks like a 15. T15. So I'm going to get a T15. I believe the one I just did inside here was probably an 8 or a 10. A 10. So these on the inside here are 10s. These are Phillips. Okay? These are 10s. And these things here now are T15s. Okay, so I'm going to get this out. Get this out. I would honestly, you know what I would love to try to do? But I wouldn't do this to a customer. I would do it for myself, but I don't own one of these units here. I own a Kirby, and I don't have one in the shop for sale. So I don't have one I can really do an experiment on. I would have to get one from somewhere, do an experiment on it, and see which one is actually better. Meaning that, is it better for me to have this clean like this, right? Okay? Or is it better for me to do it without it? Just have this opening like this. The only problem is you have this, so you may want to put a screw in here, and at worst you may get some lint like clogging up on the screw. You would want to screw these in, you would want to screw that. So you would want to cover these, okay? These openings here. And you would want to cover this opening right here. But really, after that, you just have a wide opening for all the stuff to go into without that buildup right here. Again, I don't know what this is the main. I'm assuming the main thing is like this. You see like how, you see like, let me see. It would be, no, it would be turned this way. You know, something like that. I'm assuming that they're trying to create some kind of funnel. You know, something like, you know, some kind of funnel where the this shape here and this shape here just go together or something. Okay, something to funnel it, but I don't know, man. This just seems like it's creating more problem than it's actually doing good, but I might be wrong, you know. All right, but anyway, guys, that's really it. All I'm gonna do is just clean this out. I'm just gonna get some sprays and stuff, clean this out. I'm gonna clean this out. I'm gonna clean this out, and when I clean this out, I'm gonna extend this, and you can see between here, all this stuff just kind of cram up. You know, some designs you just have to be aware of what you're getting. That's all. It doesn't mean they're bad. It's just you have more care and more kind of service that you have to do when you're when you have different cars, different machines, you know, different whatever. Girls, so some girls require more service, and if you don't know that ahead of time, you find yourself in a problem. You know what I'm saying? So, and for the ladies, some men require different service, and you know, whatever that service is you know, whatever the service is. All right, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that. You gotta know what you're getting. There's stuff hiding in the nooks and crannies of these things, right? All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it. Let me clean this up. All right, so don't forget. Let me clean all this up real quick. Trying not to suck on my screws. Okay. Don't forget we have a drawing that we're doing. We have a drawing, and we're gonna be pulling the name out at the end of the month. Okay, and I'm coming up with some other things that I'm really thinking is gonna be fun. Okay, we just need more people involved. But if not, then the small crew that we have, the coolest people in the damn internet on YouTube hangs out with the vac pack, that's for sure. And we'll see you guys in the morning. Dave, I'll see you in the morning. All right, and you should be getting an update on that tracking shortly, if you haven't so already. Okay. Peace. Ooh, I got my exit. Huh, Dave, I have to check out my exit. I got my exit. I'll see you later, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes!